Hi, it's Rob from the Bobsphere, and I know it's been a while, but, well, we've got another video. So, it's my January wrap up. Now, January is a tough month, reading wise. As always, I DNF a ton of books. This is a record 12, it's nothing unusual, and I get a lot of unsatisfactory reads. It sort of carries on into February, and then usually my reading month in March, it starts improving, and then we're good to go. So this is a mixed bag, as they say. As usual, I will start with the ones I like the least, working up to the ones that I really enjoyed. There are, I would say two stars in this. I mean, two standouts. Okay, let's start. So, we've got The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Whoops, the bookmark fell out, as always. I like to keep them in there, though. This was a present my girlfriend gave me. I really wanted to like this, really, but no, it just didn't. I didn't gel with it. So I didn't like the writing style. It's very Terry Pratchett, which is an author I don't like. So style I don't like, I should say. It's about a group of pensioners who solve cold cases every Thursday, and then one day a real murder comes. Now, what I didn't like was that characters come in and out without any proper introduction. Maybe because it's the first of the series, that's why I did that. I don't know. Just there's some twists and turns, and those are okay. But I don't know. Just that's all I can say. Okay, next up. This was a big disappointment. So, Thomas Kennedy's Schindler's Arc. This is I'm reading it's a kind of long-term project where I read all the Booker winners. I've got 13 left now. And I have all of them bar one. So, hopefully, by the end of this year, I'll read them all. But anyway, so this is a bio of Oskar Schindler, the man who built a factory and saved 11,000 Jews. Then he also built a fake concentration camp where he fed them and treated them properly. So it details his life as a boy up to his most famous period and then what he did after. Now, what I did like was that it's well researched, definitely. And it does not glorify Oskar Schindler. It says, in fact, that before and after the war, he did nothing of substance. It was just this war was his peak period. By the way, that's a sticker. I bought this book long ago, and there's the sticker that said a quality book on it. Anyway, it's an aside. So it's not a hagiography, if I'm pronouncing the word correctly. But again, the writing style, I just did not like. It's told in a very matter-of-fact voice, and it's really soulless. Okay, I know you can overdo it in a book like this, and I kind of respect Thomas Kennedy for holding back, but I think he held back too much. It could have been a bit more artistic flourishes. But it's another Booker done and gone, so that's 13 left. Okay, The Unseen by Roy Jacobson. This was shortlisted for the Man Booker in 2017. Finally, I got around to reading it. It's about a family who live on an island. And it talks about their trials and tribulations. Again, I just didn't like it that much. This is very common. In January, I go through a very bad reading slump. It's normal. So maybe if I read it another time, I'll really enjoy it. But yeah, didn't do anything for me. Okay, now we're going to get to the better ones. These ones I would rate like 7 out of 10. So we've got Meg John Barker and Julia Scheel, Queer Graphic History. Now this is about friend of my girlfriend, a friend who's My girlfriend's friend gave it to her because she was curious about queer theory. And, I was going through a slump, and usually graphic novels help me get out of them. So I picked it up. She hasn't read it yet. Or maybe half. But anyway. So this is a topic I know nothing about. Absolutely nothing. So I thought this would be a good primer. In a way it is. It's very informative. And it did change not change my view. I learned a lot of things. That's what I'll say. But I think when you have a graphic novel that's informative, you need the pictures to support the words. And it doesn't do it that well. So on an information side, it's good. On the graphic side, I thought it could be better. I mean, if you take, let's say, Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics, where the pictures really, really gel with the explanations, that's a high point of that type of literature. This does it, but not that well. So it's but you will learn something new if you're new to queer theory. Okay, next we're good to go, really. I have nothing to complain about the rest of these. So we've got Abidemi Sanusi, Looking for Bono. This I enjoyed. It's a very good satire. It's about a man who's in a Nigerian village, and he decides to talk to Bono in order to get him to persuade the Nigerian Prime Minister to give his town fresh water. Again, it's a satire, so it satirizes Nigerian politics. It satirizes media, because he gets media manipulation, because he gets caught into a media, shitstorm. And also it satirizes pop culture as well, because I won't say what happens in the end. Does he meet Bono? You'll have to read and find out. But it is clever, and there's toilet humor in it. So the author won't hesitate about describing a character breaking wind in an important part. And yes, that stuff makes me laugh. Guilty. Got The Masochist by Katja Perat. I really enjoyed this. This is about the life of Leopold von Sacher-Masoch, but not really about him. So let's get into this. So we have you see, the book is told from the perspective of a fictional daughter, and through her we learn about Leopold's life, but part of it. It talks about the fact that he hated masochism, how he viewed love, and how he viewed his relationships, his many affairs. But then the focus shifts on the girl, whose life starts to mimic her father. So it's a book about love, finding true love, but it's done cleverly. Recommended. We've got, this was a bit of a light read, but I really enjoyed it. We'll Call You by Jacob Sundberg. You see, because I get a lot of deviations when I talk. I don't script, so I get ideas and I have to say them. The post was really bad for the past 3 months, and now I'm finally receiving all my past packages. So I had a windfall these past 3 weeks. Now it's slowed down again, but anyway. So I did get some review copies that I requested back in September and October. Anyway, this is one of them. Yeah, so I was Looking for Bono, so is The Masochist. Anyway, I don't know why you had to know that, but I decided to tell you. Anyway, this is a series of 9 questions, all based on the job interview. What can go wrong? Lots of them are nightmare scenarios. It's funny. It's clever. And it's a light read as well. If you want something to pass an afternoon by, read this. You'll have a good laugh. I really enjoyed it. Now, Benjamin Myers could be slowly one of my favorite authors, but I've only read one of his other books, Pig Iron, which I enjoyed. This one I enjoyed as well. It's about a priest and a poacher, and they're hunting for a girl who stole her landlord's baby, her master's baby. That's it. And it's about the brutality of nature and the beauty of nature and the brutality of mankind, or humankind, I should say. It's a very rough book. I loved it. I am a really big fan of these sort of things. By the way, bee stings is uh, the pre-breast milk, you can say. That's all I'll give. Now, do they get caught? What happens? You'll be shocked. I'm learning with Ben Myers. That's part and parcel of reading his books. Again, if you're into that, do seek it out. And the American version of Bee Stings, we've got Child of God by Cormac McCarthy, another one who also describes the brutality and beauty of nature and contrasts it with the brutality of humankind. Here, the Child of God is about a totally degenerate human being called Lester Ballard. Oh boy. I won't say what he does because I'll spoil the book, but we do have him at a bad state in the beginning, and he slowly, by the end, he's even in a worse state. Lots of uncomfortable moments, but that's the way Cormac McCarthy is. I really like his writing style. This would be my second favorite book of January. Straw Gods. This one is very good as well. This is about grief, and it's done in vignettes, very shortly. It's about a woman who loses her husband in a sailing accident, and even 10 years after this incident, she cannot let go, and it affects her sister, a child, basically her whole family, even her own life. Like, she dies inside because of the grief, and she has to find a way to overcome it. It's full of twists and turns. It's got an emotional punch for something very short, so that for me is a great talent, and it's beautifully written. It's very poetic. Yes, that's Straw Gods. Straw Dogs is a film. Okay, we got the third present my girlfriend gave me for Christmas, and that's Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. I like this a lot. I kind of like books. I don't like Terry Pratchett kind of British books, but then I do like a certain type of British book, and this is a kind of tea, cozy, warm in a way. There's something very comforting about it. Kind of like I think it's by Mike Lee. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. There's that film about the abortionist. Something Vera Drake. That's it. There's the film Vera Drake, and it has a sort of Britishness to it, kind of kitchen sink drama, and this has part of that. It's about a woman who. No, let's say this. It's about a journalist who comes across a woman who says that she was pregnant without, a virgin birth, a virgin pregnancy. So this journalist has to examine and see if it's telling the truth. Tons of twists and turns. It's a very interesting narrative. You will be surprised. Do not sleep on this. It is an excellent book. How no one mentioned this in their best of 2020 list this year surprises me. Underrated. Check this out. You will not be disappointed. And the book of the month. And there was already a video review on it, so I won't go into it. It's Mordew by Alex Faby. I usually do not read fantasy, but I am open to all genres, no matter what. Even if you put a romance book in my way, I will read it. I may not like it, but I will try it out. This is high fantasy, but literary as well. It's about a boy who has special powers, and through his journey and maturation, he comes across a lot of secrets. Now, that is the superficial review. I have found out I'm too lazy to put links in my videos, so you'll have to go search for that, okay? Anyway, it's brilliant. I could not put it down. I was stuck in my chair. This was my second read of 2020, so I thought, since my second read was so good... No, my third read, sorry. This was my third read, because this was my second read. So I thought since my third read was so good, nothing would eclipse it. But then, it would just peak and peak and peak. But no, it didn't happen. So that was good. And then I had a lot of ups and downs. Anyway, brilliant. Read it. Even if you don't like fantasy, check it out. It may turn you into fantasy. Highly recommend it. Highly, 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 highly. Plus, I can't wait. It's supposed to be 6 books. The sequel is being written. So I can't. I am excited. I am looking forward. Okay, what's next? I am also judging the BookTube prize. I'm not going to go into the details. I have got 3 of the books. I've read 2 of them. I won't say which ones. Oh, and here comes Pumpkin. Of course. See, she's stopping me from saying confidential information, probably. Hi, Pumpkin. Okay, you have to go down. Okay, so I am judging the BookTube prize. I've read 2 of the books. I've got 1 of them, and I ordered the other 3. They should be on their way, and then I'll read them all together. And then I think at the end of April, I'm only judging the first round. By the end of April, oh, she's back. By the end of April, quite a distraction, we'll again rank them and talk about them, but not now. Top secret. But one of them is a book I really do enjoy. That's all I'll say. The secret. Okay, that's all I have. As for the rest of the month, I'll be working on my TBR. Slowly, phase 1 is finishing. Phase 1 is that shelf. You're not going to see it. I will not do a bookshelf tour ever. Not at this point anyways. I said ever, so never. Phase 1 is soon finishing. That's good. I've got 50 books left of that TBR, and once that's done, I can start moving on to that chunk, and then we move on to this one. It's going to take a while, but we're going to do it. I do have some review copies on the way, so I'm very happy about that. Plus I've got BookTube reading. And then for May, and I know it's in the far future, I've got something planned. But it's more to do with my location, with Maltese books. But that's all I'll say for now. Okay, how was your reading month? I know the video is a bit long. I'm sure you'll scrub and fast forward the talky bits. That's all I have. Hopefully see you next week. Bye.